Hi friends, Rachel and I are here today visiting the Hollywood Forever Cemetery. Let's see if we can find some exciting celebrity graves.
Talking with famous people.
The Hollywood Forever Cemetery is a rather popular tourist destination, as it has some celebrity graves. However, it's unlikely that Rachel and I ever would have visited this location, except that it happens to be right next to our weed store, which is Herbarium. It's the best place in LA. You should go there. We have to go all the way from Arcadia here, you see, on the 210 to the 134, 2 south, to the 5 south, get on the 110 briefly before segueing to the 101 north, and then getting off on Santa Monica. Hollywood Forever is an old cemetery by Los Angeles standards and features a great diversity of different kinds of grave markers, each bespeaking something of the era in which the person was buried. This one clearly mid-century, and this one Victorian in its vibe. Some of them are primitive, like Josephine Gabber Kitchens here, some of them kind of Asiatic, and others more stately, for example the Wilsons, or even the Raymonds here who have their own little house.
Like this person over here, they really wanted to be remembered, or maybe it was the husband who wanted his wife to be remembered.
This is an old school too. 1904?
She was life companion of her husband, noble helpmeet, mother and friend, patriot, poet, philanthropist, and Christian gentlewoman. Interesting.
It is.
And she got this made for her, so she would not be forgotten. And indeed, it has drawn my attention here.
Mine too.
Harry and Marion Otis Chandler are related to the Otises, I'm guessing. Marion Otis Chandler must be the daughter of one of those Otises.
Yeah.
They were still rich, that generation, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
He must have died in the war. Well, maybe not. No, he was 80. Never mind.
If you visit this cemetery, don't expect things to be easy to find. It's rather haphazard in its layout, smack dab in the heart of LA, and as you can see there's like a factory behind it, and it's an oddly placed cemetery with a mix of trees that include deciduous trees and palm trees, and they've got sections that are apparently sectioned off by religion, but mostly it's pretty haphazard.
There's also this huge building over here, which is another mausoleum, apparently. It is so disorganized. And there's this cool clock up there. I don't know if you can see it or not. Here we are walking down the Alba Pathway, also known as Homer's Odyssey, here in the Hollywood Forever Cemetery. So far, I haven't spotted any famous people's graves, though purportedly many celebrity graves are here. There are a lot of Eastern Orthodox and other kind of Russian-y seeming graves around here. At least in this part, there are.
Yeah.
It's heavily Eastern European.
Yeah. Heavily.
There are mausoleums as well as regular grave sites, and these mausoleum buildings provided an excellent opportunity to do some interesting architectural photographs. Of course, one has to recall that these are all deceased people in the walls of this building, and some of them, like Rose J. Richards here, lived a perfect 100 years from 1900 to 2000. Isn't that neat?
I wonder if these people are related to the famous Hollywood Myers.
Yeah, I was wondering the famous Michael Eisner of
There's
Disney.
an Eisner.
But
And isn't Abrams also a famous name?
I have no clue. Yeah. I don't know.
So I think they have the cemetery sectioned off into religions. I think this is the Jewish section, maybe? And there was this other section we were at, which was the Eastern Orthodox section. Rachel and I have officially found our first celebrity gravesite. It is Estelle Getty. You may know her as Sophia from the Golden Girls.
Yep. She used to make those famous meatballs.
Those famous Italian meatballs. There appears to be branding on the back of this gravestone. carved into it. Isn't that odd? That seems odd, doesn't it to you, Rachel?
Yes, it
There'd be
does.
branding on a gravestone?
Yep. I also saw another gravestone where the lettering is going diagonal.
It's all like wonky looking,
Yeah.
huh? Yeah, I'll just show that as well. Like, why would you have the letters of your...
Like, this is definitely a mistake.
Yeah, what's up with that? It's not even carved in there. I think it's stickers.
Oh my gosh.
That's so cheap.
And this plot must be expensive.
Yeah, it's got to be. I'm sure it's a very expensive cemetery. Like, I'm sure Watchhorn, back in the day, whenever Watchhorn over here died, it probably was plenty of room in this cemetery.
Mhm.
And Watchhorn has had an offering of poker chips left to him,
Oh yeah.
as you can see here.
Oh, that's so interesting.
Maybe Watchhorn was a famous poker player.
Maybe.
As you see here, I'm standing before the grave of the famous Judy Garland, who played the girl in Wizard of Oz, and who's often considered to be one of the most popular figures among gay men. So I wouldn't doubt that this gets a fair amount of visits. As you see, there's lots of bling. People have coins as well, as an offering to Judy Garland.
Yeah, there's a book and places where you can leave stuff for her.
She's got her whole pavilion all to herself. Most of these things are empty.
Chairs.
You know, it's like we got all these display things, but almost all of them are empty.
Yeah, there's a lot of empty. I like this one.
So, P.T. Stanley here seems to me a representation of what happens a lot in this cemetery. Is that people who never managed to be celebrities during their life had this, goal to sort of rewrite their own life and make themselves into a celebrity after the fact. And I see this as representative of this. This guy put a lot of money into this display here that makes him into the piano man, But I've never heard of him before. Pete T. Stanley, has anybody ever heard of him? Probably not. Seems like a ENFJ thing to do. Now, as you can see, the Hollywood Cemetery is totally non-denominational. Because they also have this crazy religion here, whatever this is. Like Malaysian religion or something.
Mm-hmm.
With these little castles. I thought, is this like a play area? From a distance, I was like, is that a playground or something? Nope, and they have peacocks walking around in here. What a trippy place. I've never been here before,
It is.
by the way.
That's so cool.
Talking with famous people.